Now the starting lineup for your visiting Fort Hill Sentinels. In reserve, number 21, Liam Schaefer. Number 33, Max Newman.
Hey guys, open it up, let them walk through there. Open it up, let them walk through there.
Number 27, Quinn Cohen. Number 1, James Butler. Number 17, Alex Steele. Number 16, Noah Wetzel. Number 24, Trevor Stepp. Number 15, Mark Grice. Number 3, Logan Wetzel. Number 12, Ethan Von Hagel. Now your starting lineup for the Fort Hill Sentinels. 00 in goal, Jacob Titchner. Number 5, Weston Parks. Number 26, Logan Muller.
Let's go!
Number 8, Connor Hipp. Number 13, Mac Cohen.
Let's go!
Number 20, Ethan Whitaker.
Let's go, son. Let's go.
Number 7, Seth Whitaker. Number 22, Captain Riley Upple. Number 11, Gavin Stepp. Number 9, Captain Jacob Morgan. And number 19, Matthew Lawson. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your home team, Allegany Campers. In reserve, number 13, Aiden Pullman. Number 30, Andrew Kimball. Number 15, Isaac Zace. Number 11, Logan Yakubowski. Number 7, Trenton Ross. And number 5, Captain Stone McFarland. Now for your 2019 soccer homecoming, Allegany Campers starting lineup. Number 4, Trick Lecklider. Number 23, Paul Haberline. Number 19, Nathaniel Woogie Clem. Number 9, Gavin King. Number 3, Captain Darian Bauer. Number 22, Eli Wallace. Number 6, Landon Watkins. Number 2, John Whitman. Number 17, Aiden Beastboy Boyle. Number 14, Christian Groves. And number 1 in the goal, Captain Josh Wolotkin.
Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem.
All right.
I'd like to welcome everyone to Greenway Stadium today for the homecoming matchup between the visiting Fort Hill Sentinels and the homestanding Allegany Campers. Anyone who was with us when they played earlier this year knows that it was played to a overtime, double overtime actually, scoreless tie. We expect this to be a fast-paced matchup and plenty of opportunities for each team. We have a little bit of an overcast sky here. The sun has been trying to peek through off and on throughout the morning. There's a decent crowd on the other side. And anything to add to that?
No, it looks good. We're looking forward to a good match here today. Always a good match between Allegany and Fort Hill. It's just a different kind of atmosphere.
Absolutely. And both keepers here today are seasoned. Even though the keeper for Fort Hill is only a sophomore, he's had plenty of experience back there in goal. And the same for Walodkin with Allegany. You're going to see them guys step up and take control of the ball. You'll see them out past the 18 on occasion. They're not going to sit back. They're not going to wait for the other team to come at them and have good opportunities. As we talked about briefly in the first game, anytime a keeper does that, you take away, 9-10 opportunities that the other team has during the game. And, that's a big plus for your defense because the keeper isn't under so much duress back there standing in the goal. So we have Allegany will be heading towards the scoreboard, Fort Hill towards the school.
And we're off.
There we go. You see Allegany already playing a possession game. They pass it straight back to the defense, ran it off to the side. Unfortunately, a little bit of a strong touch there. So Fort Hill with the throw-in in the attacking third. Allegany is able to get the ball and clear it up. So again, we'll have a throw-in. It is in the attacking third again, probably around the 28, 30-yard line. They're going to try to work the ball into Riley Uphold, a good deal. He's got a good touch on the ball. And there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Allegany getting the ball up to Paul Haberline, and he gets a good shot off.
Good shot off right there.
Yeah, he had a nice solid shot from there, about 15 yards out from goal. Unfortunately, it was just wide. And that's what we're expecting to see here today. That happened so quickly from one end of the field to the other. And here we have the kick on the restart. Ball's played up in the air by the Fort Hill player. Allegany does come down with it, and again, Haberline on the ball.
Has it. Yep, Haberline has it. He's looking to cross it in. Fort Hill blocks. Eli Wallace has it.
And there we have the Fort Hill defender, Lawson, able to slide in and kick the ball away, but Allegany keeps it in the attacking third, getting the ball over again, and that's a goal.
Well, that's a goal for Allegany. That's
Haberline able to tap the ball in, number 22 for Allegany with the assist. So Darian Bauer, and we have an early goal in this game. And we were talking prior to the game today that, both teams had really good opportunities in the last matchup and weren't able to finish. And then here in the first minute and a half, we have a goal. This is going to be a fun one, folks. So Fort Hill with the restart now. Playing the ball back to their defensive backfield. Up the sideline now on the right hash. And the ball is over the touchline for a throw in. Fort Hill looking to go quickly, but it's not their ball. It's Allegany throw in.
All right, Allegany has the ball there. They're passing around the back, looking to switch fields. Fort Hill gets it. Fort Hill still on the attack with it.
Fort Hill's got good numbers up. They have 6-7 players up in the attacking third right now.
An Allegany throw.
Nice throw there by
Landon Watkins. Yeah.
Yep.
Paul Haberline with the ball up to Eli Wallace, giving him the long ball. Eli's pushing forward. It's a 2-on-3 situation. Fort Hill has 3 people back. All right, the Allegany's setting it up. Darian Bauer with a shot.
Tisdale trying to take control, unable to do so.
Oh, we have a
That's
another goal.
Foul. No. We had a foul.
Foul.
Referee called the foul on the shove. So we're going to have a direct kick here for Fort Hill. Anytime a player goes into the keeper like that, the keeper's exposed, you're going to get a call a lot of the time. So that was a good call.
True.
And there's Riley Uphole chasing the ball down on the far sideline, trying to break down the side.
Oh, he breaks through.
Yeah. He's got a couple of players on the backside. If he can cross it, the cross does come, but it's a weak cross, and Allegany's able to clear.
Looks like Eli Wallace receives. They're pushing up to Paul Haberline. Paul Haberline's moving the ball up the field, trying to get it to Christian Groves, and Christian Groves is sprinting out there to maintain the ball in Allegany possession.
Yeah, Allegany is definitely looking to force the issue here today. They have been very aggressive here starting out this matchup, and it's paid off as they have a goal.
Drake Lecklider sending the ball back up the field. Oh, Fort Hill has it again.
Yeah, the midfield play here from both of these teams is going to go a long way in determining the outcome.
Absolutely.
Both teams are solid on the ball. They pass the ball well. Here's Haberline again with plenty of space, takes a shot.
Wow, from way out.
Yeah, and no trouble for Jacob Titchnell. He just parries it right in front of him and picks it up. So here we go. And that kick out there, I mean, that's a 60-yard kick.
60-yard, yeah.
That's a big play. Usually you get it to about 50. Anytime you can get it beyond that, that's a plus for the offense.
All right, Woogie's bringing the ball back up. He's sending it long. Yep. It's going to be received by the keeper.
Yeah, they're looking to play fast and aggressive, and we'll have to see what Fort Hill does to counter that. Right now, Fort Hill's content to play the same type game, but so far, Allegany's had the better of it. We did have a foul behind the play there, so now we're going to have a direct kick for the Sentinels from the 40-yard line. Allegany and Fort Hill both having 6 players back, a couple more running into the play now. Gavin step over the ball. He plays it in. He's trying to chip it over the defense. He does. And Fort Hill scores. The ball played in by Gavin, and number 5 was able to put a body on that and deflect it in. Weston Parks. So here we are. We said it was going to be fast-paced, and we weren't kidding. Yeah, we're less than 5 minutes in, and we have a goal for each squad already, which is very different from the last matchup because it was solid defense and more of a possession game. I think both of these teams are going to be very content to play this fast-paced matchup today.
Drake Lecklider moving the ball out to Aiden Boyle. Back to Gavin King. Back to Drake, and Drake sending it up the field. It's out for a camper throw.
I'm not sure who number 19 is, but he looks like he's going to take that throw in. It might be Nathaniel Clem.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah, Woogie. All right, there. Lots of bodies.
Oh, yeah, Fort Hill able to gain possession out of that, but
back
the forward pass was not on the mark. Allegany intercepted it easily. They're passing the ball out to the right sideline now. Just playing a control game now here. And the ball is played up by Allegany. Nope, we're going to have a foul behind it. So the foul against Fort Hill, and it'll be a direct kick for the Campers.
Drake Lecklider on the kick. He's going to try and put it up there in the box.
And he looks like he's trying to play the same type ball that Fort Hill did on the last possession. Fort Hill able to get ahead on it. Nice attempt at a shot there by the Camper player.
Christian.
And you're going to see number 11 for Fort Hill, Gavin Stepp. He's going to be all over the field. He plays a big role for them in defense, controlling the ball. He'll also come up in the midfield. Fort Hill now is going to have a throw in the attacking third. And I believe that's going to be
number 26.
26. There he is, Logan Muller with the throw in. So there we go.
Big throw
and he's
into
got
the
another
box,
big throw.
and the keeper gets it, Josh Willachen.
Yep, he was looking for the header for Weston Parks. The ball was there. Parks just not able to put a head on it.
Josh does another 50 or 60-yard kick out of bounds.
Yep. So this here's Whitaker with the throw-in, and Allegany again, and that's a good play. A lot of people complain about the ball being played out of bounds like that. They want control, but that's an opportunity for your defense to get set. You're not under pressure. That's a smart play there by that young man. Whitaker again with the throw-in, trying to pass it through the defenders, just not able to get there. They are able to maintain possession in the attacking third, however, and then we have a push by the Sentinels, so it's a direct kick now for Allegany.
Drake Lecklider taking the kick. It's going up the field. He's trying to send it up there to Paul Haberline.
Gavin Stepp able to get ahead on that one. Fort Hill now with possession in the midfield, and they're content to work it out to the right side, make that the left side. There's Riley Uphole on the ball. He's going to be a big part of Fort Hill's offense if they're going to win this one today. He controls the ball up front for them a lot. He has good skill on the ball, and he's got a quick first step. Now that ball was played by an Allegany defender off of Riley Uphole and out over the end line. So we have the keeper, Willachen, with a goal kick.
All right, the goal kick's going out, and it's received by Fort Hill.
Once again, there's that man Stepp. Like I said, he's going to be a big part of this for them.
Drake Lecklider intercepts it. He looks. He's trying to get the ball up the field. Goes out. We have Allegany Camper throw. Going up the line to Woogie Clem. Who's going on up the line to receive with Paul Haberline, and they're looking what's going to happen here. Out of bounds. The throw in for the Campers, and Woogie Clem is going to take that.
That throw in is coming from the attacking third for the Campers, meaning that they're going to be within 30 yards of goal. So if you hear us talking about thirds of the field, that's what it means. 30 yards in goal, 30 yards in the midfield. There's a nice shot by Haberline. Good
Very
power.
nice. And good save by the keeper, putting it over the top.
Yeah. So a corner now for the Campers. And it looks like number 3 heading up to get the ball.
Yeah, Darian Bauer is going to take the corner kick.
All right, so here we go. We have Allegany lining up at the 18. Fort Hill lining up there as well, dropping 2 defenders back closer within 6 yards of goal. Here comes the run. And there's Gavin Stepp getting up above everybody. He's got such great height, it's hard for players to get over him to get those balls.
Gavin King gets the ball. He's looking to send it back in. Switches fields.
And they're playing the ball inside in the middle. Obviously, Haberline's such a good player. They're going to work getting him the ball all day today. Campers were able to take away possession in the midfield, but give it right back. Now here we have
Eli Wallace is working the ball down the line on the stadium side. He crosses it up. It's out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Sentinels.
And we're waiting to see. We have a couple of subs here. Oh, a single sub rather for Allegany or for Fort Hill. Noah Wetzel. This young man was injured, missed the last game. It was unknown for sure if he was going to play today. But here we see him getting his first action as he subs in at the 29 minute.
Ball's in the air. Received by Darren. Header from Darian Bauer. Wiggy Clem hits it, and Christian Groves passes it, switches fields over to Eli Wallace, and they're going to drop it back.
Allegany, the pace has slowed down just a little bit as Allegany plays the ball deep into the attacking third, way down in the corner, and almost won by the Allegany player there. Mistake made by the Sentinel defender, not shielding him off the ball.
Here we go again with a corner kick for the Campers, and Darian Bauer will be out there as the Campers try and get numbers there in the box. Ball's up. It's in. Oh, and received by the keeper.
Yeah, Tichenal stepped up to intercept that ball. Like I said earlier before we started the broadcast, these two keepers are going to come out. They're going to make plays. And, just by him stepping up like that, he took a shot opportunity away from the Campers. So Fort Hill now having the ball in the midfield gives it up.
Landon takes it down the side. He crosses over to the middle. It looks like Fort Hill is going to take that back over. It's a battle between Paul Haberline and it's going up. Fort Hill's working the ball up the field.
And there's that pass. They want Riley Uphold to have the ball on the wing.
Oh, we got a foul.
It was a foul, so we're going to have a direct kick again for the Sentinels. And Gavin Stepp once again will take this. It'll be at about the 42-yard line. Or, I'm sorry, the 38-yard line. And keeper Wolodkin is setting up his defense, telling him where he wants him to be.
The ball's chipped up.
And while
oh, no.
Came out.
There it is. Whoa.
Yeah. That was
really lucky.
Yeah,
Campers got really lucky on that
Camper
one.
defender didn't mean to head it on his own goal, but he caught his keeper out of goal. So after all the action there, then we have the long shot by the Sentinels and no trouble for the Camper keeper, Wolodkin.
Wolodkin punts it out.
It's Matt Lawson getting ahead on it.
Darian Bauer fighting to the ball, and the Sentinels take over. Working the ball back down the field. And Landon steps up. Nice slide tackle there. We got Eli Wallace sending the ball along, and can Paul Haberline run it down?
Gavin, he likes to do this. He likes to shield the player off the ball and take his time. And as long as no other Camper defender comes over, he'll possess it till he sees his opportunity. And you saw there, he just gave himself about 3 yards, just that little tap, able to clear it out to the 30-yard line. The ball was played back in by the Campers, but Tichenal, he just comes over and makes a nice, easy play on it.
Just a reminder, we are 7:50 tickets. Current winnings.
All right, the battle in the midfield, and Allegany. Oh, we got a penalty.
Yeah, that's a push by the Sentinels, and Mullery with the foul there. So Campers, what is that, Lecklighter getting ready to take the kick?
That's Drake getting ready to take the kick. Put it up in the box. And Fort Hill gets ahead on it. And Aiden Boyle's fighting for the ball, trying to keep it up on the Allegany Camper end of the field.
That was a nice aggressive play by the Camper player there, coming over to make sure that it wasn't just an easy clearance for the Sentinels. Unfortunately, he did commit a foul, just a little push there, but it's enough. The refs are going to keep this one under control. I mean, it's a big game, homecoming, and they understand that. They'll let them play as much as they can without getting too aggressive.
Right, and we've seen really good play so far in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
By both teams.
Well, that was a nice idea there, trying to get the ball through and out to the wide side, but just not enough power to get it there. Easy interception for the Campers. There again, Allegany playing the ball quick. They're really trying to get the ball and keep the Sentinels under pressure. Haberline makes a couple of nice moves to get himself open for a shot, but he puts the ball high off of the football uprights.
So we'll have a Sentinel goal kick coming out.
This here has the makings of a classic. The pace that they're playing at, both teams scoring so quickly. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch the rest of this matchup today.
Absolutely.
So now we're going to have a Sentinel throw-in in front of the Camper bench. And they're going to leave it for Whitaker to come over and throw this ball in. It's going to be Ethan Whitaker this time. Surveys the field, looking for somebody to make a move. There he is. He gets the ball up.
Throw. Oh, okay.
And that's a nice clearance by the
Aiden
defender.
Boyle puts it back out and allows the defense to get set up. But Fort Hill takes the quick throw. Drake Lecklighter to receive. But
And the ball goes off of the Sentinel player on the sideline over the touchline.
looks like Trenton Ross is coming in, and Aiden Boyle is going to take a break. Trenton Ross will come in, and he'll make the Allegany throw in.
So Allegany gives up the possession, just a little bit of a heavy touch there. Fort Hill works it across the field to the far side. Riley Uphold passing the ball forward to Mullery, and the ball crossed into the middle. There was a shot attempt, but I had a call from the ref in the middle of the field. I think they're going to have a corner now. It was deflected.
Must have been deflected by Allegany.
I didn't see the deflection, but that's the call.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Everybody's lining up in the box.
yep. Fort Hill likes to put a player up next to the keeper. That's a good tactic. A lot of teams use that to shield the keeper, but the keeper does come over top of the defender and is able to clear it out. Defender called for a foul for backing in underneath of him. So Wilodkin is going to take the restart here.
Wilodkins with the kick out, and Paul Haberline. Oh, Darian Barrow has the ball, and he's passing it, trying to get a long lead to Eli Wallace there on the right-hand side.
Matt Cohen with the sliding tackle, make sure the ball got played forward but didn't play much.
Landon's crossing it over to the inside. It's headed out by Fort Hill.
Allegany's being really aggressive. They're challenging everything, keeping the ball up in their favor. So in the midfield now, Allegany wins it again.
Trenton Ross has it. We're trying to reset here. And Fort Hill, Matt Cohen's moving up the side with it. He crosses it over.
Yeah, there was a foul there that the side official was going to call. The referee chose to let possession flow. That's a good thing. You want the game to keep its rhythm. You only call the play if you need to. The ball is played up, and the shot goes into the side of the netting. So goal kick now.
Looks like Aiden Boyle is coming back onto the field. And Trenton Ross is going to step out. Josh Wilodkin lining up to take the goal kick coming out. And Paul Haberline receives, and he's... Nope, there's a foul.
Yeah, Gavin Stepp committed the foul, trying to get the header. He went into the back of the Allegany player.
And Drake Lecklider is on the kick. He's going to try and put it up there in the box. It's a nice kick up and a head by Eli Wallace, and it looks like that's going to roll out.
Yeah, that's going to go out for a throw-in, though. That's a huge huge play there.
Yeah.
Because now, instead of being able to kick the ball from the 6 with the keeper, who usually gets it out around the 50-yard line, now they have to throw the ball in from deep in their third, and Allegany can defend it. As you saw, they were able to keep it in the defensive third of Fort Hill and still have an opportunity to come away with the ball. Now the ball is played over the touchline. Riley Uphold with the throw-in. Sentinels running up quick, trying to get past the defenders, but unable to do so. Nice play by the defender on the far side.
There we go. Christian Groves moving up the field with it.
Ethan Whitaker able to use his body to shield to clear the ball. And then we have a foul against the Sentinels, so it's going to be another direct kick for the Campers. And this is actually in a spot where someone like Lecklider could actually take a shot from here. Most of the time the ball will be played into the mouth of the goal and hoping that a Camper offensive player can put a head on it. And that's what we have. We have to chip in and over everybody, and then Tichenor is able to make the easy play.
Riley Uphold receives the throw out, and he moves the ball up quickly. Sentinels up. It'll be a Sentinel throw.
Connor Hipp's going to take the throw in here.
All right, ball is still there on the stadium side. Fort Hill's working it up. Riley Uphold crosses it in. And there's a goal.
A nice cross from Riley Uphold. That's what Fort Hill is looking to do. They're always looking to get the ball to Uphold because he is so good at that. He can bring the ball in himself because he's got the speed and the quickness, or he can cross it. And just like Allegany wants to get the ball to Haberline up front, that's what Fort Hill wants to do, is get the ball to Uphold. So now we have at the just under the 20-minute mark, we have Fort Hill now in the lead 2-1. That goal was scored by Seth Whitaker.
And Paul Haberline will start the ball off for the Campers here.
What
Works.
a big difference this has been from the first game.
Absolutely.
The first game was all about the defense and the short passing, and both teams have been really aggressive in playing the ball up, especially Allegany, as we see Haberline again on the ball deep in the corner. So ball does go over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the Sentinels.
And Allegany passes it back to John Whitman. John Whitman is fighting for the... There we go. It's up, and Landon receives it. Landon Watkins passes it over. It's going in. It's rolling in. It's going to be picked up by the Sentinel keeper.
Yeah, that was a nice little flick on by Haberline there, getting the ball to another player who had an opportunity to play it forward because he had no angle to make a play. A lot of players will try to force something there. Smart play by that young man.
Allegany is trying to get the ball. It's headed off of 3 people now. Drake Lecklider's coming to get it. They're going to switch fields with it. Landon Watkins is going to move it up to give it to Darian Bauer, and Darian Bauer is going to send it on up the line, and the Sentinels get a hit on it. And
yeah, Matt Cohen was able to get a piece of it and keep it from going deep in the defensive third for Fort Hill. But they give it right back in the midfield now as Allegany on possession.
Darian Bauer's working the ball up. He sends it along to Eli Wallace, who's using his speed in the box to get it in. And Darian,
that was a nice,
very
nice pass, just unable to quite get there. So here we go again. Fort Hill, I mean, just that quick, you go from one side to the other side. A lot of good play here in the midfield as both teams don't want to give up anything. Number 22 takes a tumble.
Eli. Back to Matt Cohen there in the center for the Sentinels, and he's working it up, and Drake Lecklider fights his way through. He maintains possession, moving the ball up the field. And Matt Cohen takes it over, pushes it out to Riley Uphold on the line. Landon slides and gets the ball out for a Sentinel throw-in.
I would say that to this point, the play has been pretty even both ways. I mean, the possession has not been dominated by one squad. A lot of good opportunities for both teams as well.
Yeah, the ball's been switching play. I mean, it's been going from the Allegany side to the Fort Hill side of the Allegany side. Christians, Wow.
A lot of action in front. That play off of the post, and Tichenor ended up out of goal. Fort Hill defense, fell asleep there a little bit because honestly, Allegany should have never gotten that second shot off.
Yeah.
But there he was, wide open, just not able to get much on it, and the keeper was able to step up.
Yeah, Tichenor did a great job getting his hands on the ball and saving it.
Yeah.
Woogie Clem now has the ball. He looks to the outside. Nathan Boyle has it. He's crossing it over, and Fort Hill steps in and takes over. Fort Hill's looking to get it out to Riley Uphold. Riley Uphold is using the space. He's taking the space and working the ball up the line. John Whitman is outside, pressing.
A little bit of a heavy touch there. It's going to go over for a goal kick now. And substitute coming in for the Campers.
Yeah, we have Stone McFarland, who's coming in, and Eli Wallace is stepping out.
I tell you, if this pace keeps up like this, these guys are going to be totally exhausted after this matchup.
I'm exhausted watching them.
They are not taking any time getting the ball from one end to the other. They're taking the passes. They're running hard. A lot of aggressive play. Allegany here has it.
Yeah, they're looking to see who's the open man. Oh, that was a bad touch.
Yep.
And the Sentinels take over the ball.
Ethan Whitaker is able to get the ball and pass it through up to his brother, Seth Whitaker. And Whitaker tries to cross it, but Wolodkin just steps out and makes the easy play.
And here comes the punt. It's a 60, wow, it's like a 65-yard punt.
Right.
And then we're back on the other end of the field, and we got Stone McFarland who's running down to receive the ball on the wing. He's looking to probably drop it back there and try and get that in the box.
Nice move by Stone.
Very nice. Oh,
And the ref lets play go
Yeah.
on. You know, it's
All ball.
a nice aggressive play. And,
Yeah.
and, you know, a lot of people don't like it because he comes in from the backside, but he gets the ball, doesn't take the legs out. That's why there's no call.
Right. Ball's moving up the field. The Sentinels working
And just
over.
like that, we're back
Yeah.
together into the field again. You know, this is going to be some challenge for these players to stay in running capacity.
It'll be a test of their conditioning to see who's going to be able to keep up this pace.
Right. And we have a substitute. Looks like here Riley Uphold is coming across the field to step off. They brought in number 5, who is Weston Parks. He has one of the goals today. So, you know, both of these teams, they'll take their opportunities. They're comfortable putting their substitutions in and knowing that they'll be able to get the job done. And that's why both of these teams are having successful years.
Yeah, I think both teams have a very deep bench, and they have a lot of talent that they can pull from. And Fort Hill is working the ball. They're trying to get it across if they're switching fields. Dropping back.
See, that play right there where you drop the ball back, a lot of people don't understand that because in football, the ball is always going forward. You don't want to go back. But in soccer, a lot of times it's the better play to go back.
It is. You want to give your team a chance to reset and to settle down and think about what play they're going to make. And, man, another 65-yard punt by Josh Willock. And it's going to the outside. Aiden Boyle's going to save it. And, there's that Quinn Cohen that's coming in that's looking to cross it over.
Yep.
Gavin King gets it, clears it out for the Campers.
Let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
Allegany, I thought the Allegany player was going to use his body better to shield and didn't, but then the Fort Hill player, didn't make a good play on it either.
Right. Well, yeah, and okay, here we go. John Whitman, he's pushing the ball, and Woogie Nathaniel Clem still has it, and he passes back to Aiden Boyle. Whoa, man, good hit, good collision.
Yeah, nice aggressive play by both players. The ball's out of bounds.
Very clean, all ball. It's
it's hard for the fans that don't understand this sport to see those types of collisions and not understand why there's no call, why there's not a foul. And if both players are playing the ball and you make contact with the ball, you can still make contact with the player and it not be a foul.
We had a substitute for Allegany. Eli Wallace is now back in the game. It was a Camper throw. Christian Groves received it, and Christian Groves is sending it up the field, and it's intercepted by the Sentinels.
Yeah, there's that guy again, Gavin Steph. Like I said, he's in charge back there for the defense, and you'll see him come up into the offense quite a bit too. Probably more in the second half than in the first half. Sentinels try to work the ball around a little bit. They do get a shot off by Mallory, but there's no power behind it, and it's just an easy play for Volodkin to save it.
Yeah, we got a push on Haberline.
Haberline and Stepp were both fighting for the ball, and just a little shove to push him off of his mark, and that's all the ref needs to call that one.
Yeah. They're both trying to win the ball out of the air, and when you do that, you're shoving, pushing each other for position.
Right. So here's that chip that tries to go over the top, but the keeper, Volodkin, is such a good keeper. He just comes out and takes any opportunity the Sentinels might have had away. That's a really tough play to make here, especially when you have two keepers like Tichenor and Volodkin. Yeah,
they're both very confident keepers. They're both very talented. All right, Woogie Clem, he's got the ball. He's working the ball up the field. He gets it to it's a little in front of Paul for the Sentinels to intercept it. And Aiden Boyle gets a foot on it to send it back in. Let's see if we can what's going to happen here at the midfield. Looks like the Sentinels are taking over. They got it to Riley and headed out of bounds for a Camper throw-in.
A quick restart there by the Campers trying to catch the Sentinels off guard. Working the ball from the left to the right now, dropping it back.
Yeah, here we go with the reset. Drake Lecklider's looking at the field to see where all the players are. We got a give and go going up the line with Landon Watkins and Darian Bauer. And Sentinels intercept the ball. They've taken over. They're working it down the line.
And Logan Muller with the interception there gets it up to Seth Whitaker, and now Sentinels are trying to control it in the midfield. Riley up on the ball. He crosses it from the near hash to the far hash. Ball goes further out towards the sideline. Weston Parks passes it to Cohen. And, again, they're just trying to work the ball in. The pace has slowed a little bit, but not much. Nice aggressive play by
there
both
was
squads
Gavin
there.
King.
And,
Okay.
yeah, there's, that wasn't a smart play by the Sentinel player there. You don't try and make a play from the ground. That's almost always going to get a call.
Right. All right, let's see what Allegany gets the ball out and
Foul call
another
against the
foul.
Sentinels. Yeah, he went over his back to
Yeah.
get that ball. Anytime you take and extend your arms any amount, you're probably going to get a call if you're going over someone's back in soccer.
Drake Lecklider kicks the ball up off there.
Nice
It goes to
header.
Paul. Oh, man, Paul Haberline has it, maybe. And no, Sentinels defend it well and get it out of the box.
Yeah, he was looking to get that on his left foot,
Yep.
and the opportunity was there. Just not quite able to make it happen.
Oh,
And there's another foul
Yeah.
against the Sentinels.
Foul called against the Sentinels.
And that one there, you can see where he was clearly playing the man, not the ball.
right. Drake Lecklider is going to take the kick for the Campers. Drake Lecklider, the ball is off. It's going down the line. And the Sentinels intercept it, and they're working it back up. Matt Cohen with the ball in the middle. Gavin King intercepting it with taking on Matt Cohen. Matt Cohen slides and maintains possession of the ball. Landon Watkins takes it over. Now we're looking to go back towards the Sentinel side. And it's intercepted by the Sentinels. Man,
Yeah.
this is just back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both teams.
And
Just,
Haberline is going to take this in. He's going to look for a shot, and if it's not there, he'll pass it up. He did try to pass it up and was looking for a call, but there was nothing there.
Haberline's still on the ground. He's getting up. Meanwhile, the ball's been worked all the way down,
And
and
Milodkin comes out. If Milodkin doesn't come
Wow.
out, that's probably going to be a shot on goal. What a great play by the Camper keeper to come up and slide that one through.
all right, that was coming over the back on the Sentinels, and
Yeah, I think they're getting a little more aggressive. I think the ref, is saying, hey, let's calm it down a little
Right.
bit here. This is a big game. It's homecoming.
Yeah,
It's
it-
Allegheny Fort Hill.
it's a different mindset when you play this game. I mean, it doesn't when Allegheny and Fort Hill are playing each other. It's a big mental game
Yes.
as well as it is physical. And Woogie Clem has the ball. I don't know if he's going to be no.
Haberline goes down in the box again. We do have a stoppage in play now so that the ref can see if he's okay. I wondered if maybe he twisted his ankle a little bit on that last play he
Yeah,
had.
because he
And-
stayed down on the ground for a little while after that last play.
And now he's down again, and I'm not sure if it's an ankle or a knee, but he's definitely in some pain.
Yeah, they've got the trainer out there taking a look at him right now, and it looks like his right leg.
Yeah, and see that's one of those plays where the ref stopped that one quickly.
That was good.
He knew that the player was down. He assessed that he was going to need some attention. Whereas the last time he went down, he did the same thing. He assessed. He thought, in his opinion, he was okay, even though he was down. And you let the play go on. You have to let the advantage go. And a lot of times the fans get upset when they see somebody down and they stay down for a minute or so. But a lot of times that player just is slow getting up because he's winded, because he had a long run, or whatever the case may be. But this one here, the ref did a good job.
Absolutely, and keep in mind both these teams they've been going at it strong since the beginning of the game. I mean, since the whistle blew to start this, and so you're going to see a little bit of fatigue set in here right before half.
Yeah, we are 33 minutes in, so
Yeah.
we're closing on the end of this first half, just under 7 minutes. And it looks like Haberline's up, and he is
They're
being
helping him
helped
off.
off. So hopefully the young man is okay. You never want to see anybody get hurt. And, he is able to put a little bit of weight on it now. Okay, he's walking off under his own power. So
That's good.
I'm sure that we'll probably see him back in, maybe not in this half, but he'll be back in for the second half, I'm sure.
Looks like Stone McFarland's going to step in for Paul Haberline. with, what do we got? We have 6 minutes and 54 seconds left in this half. And the teams are coming back out right now.
Yeah, looks like one of the Sentinels players is asking a question to the official. He's explaining something to him. Number 9 has been called for a couple of fouls here in the last few minutes, so he's probably asking, what am I doing? Am I pushing from behind? Am I, what is it that I did that drew the foul? So,
Right.
And from here, you can see that Gavin Stepp is motioning to the keeper, Allegany. He's going to play the ball back. This is a sporting play.
Yeah, this is a really good sportsmanship thing right here, where the Sentinels are going to play it all the way back down to Allegany to restart it.
Yeah, and notice he didn't try to play it hard, because you do run the risk of the keeper misplaying the ball. Doesn't happen often, but it is a possibility. So that was nice that he just gave it a nice, easy kick, and then the defender was able to finish it off back to the keeper to start the play again.
Stone McFarland on the ball, steals it. Okay, Eli Wallace is working it down the middle. Now he's got one person to get through, number 9 from the Sentinels.
There's a foul. He was running full speed trying to get the ball. He made a little pass and ran into the defender.
Yeah.
There was no malice there, even though it might look bad to the fans sitting in the stands. That's actually a clean play.
Absolutely.
So Gavin Stepp looks like he's going to take the kick for the restart here on the direct kick.
Ball's up. Received by the Sentinels.
That was Mullery with the ball, but taken right away by those
Woody
campers.
Clem and Eli Wallace with it, and Matt Cohen gets the ball.
We have a stoppage here. That's going to be a card. Yeah. The ref is now saying, okay, we've seen enough of these plays. I'm taking control. This is going to stop.
Yeah.
We're going to have a clean game. And this actually has been more aggressive than the first game we saw between Allegany and Fort Hill by the pace. But we didn't see these kinds of plays, where there's frustration or retaliation. And again, it's just the referee saying, okay, we've seen enough. I've let you play, and we're going to calm it down now.
Right. Trenton Ross is going to come in for Aiden Boyle, who got the yellow card for Allegany.
Coach for Allegany, after the official had spoken to him and told him what was going on, as he did with both coaches, he asked him another question. So now we're back out on the field here. We have an Allegany substitute waiting to come on.
Oh, yeah, it's Paul Haberline. He's back in the game.
Well,
what happened?
I think the Fort Hill player kicked the ball before the official blew the whistle to restart. Yeah. So Haberline, because he was not up the line prior to the play being stopped, is not allowed to come in. They only allowed the player to come in for the gentleman that got the foul. So Haberline will have to wait till the next stoppage. And there again, there's not a lot of communication. We've seen that twice now.
Yeah, we've seen that twice from the Allegany side.
And that's really uncommon because they usually talk and work together really well, but that's twice we've seen a defender head the ball when the keeper was trying to get it.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure the coach will take care of that at halftime and say, hey,
for
fellas,
sure.
we need to talk a little bit here. So,
and Paul Haberline's back in.
and we have Connor Hipp now setting to take the corner kick for the Sentinels. And the keeper
steps out to deflect it out.
That was a really nice play because he laid out to get that ball so that the Fort Hill player would not have a chance. And Allegany is able to clear it out to the midfield before the ball goes over the touchline. So now we have a throw-in for the Sentinels. I would suspect this is either going to go down the line or in the middle to Cohen. So they're going to work it around a little bit. A bad touch there by the Fort Hill player gave the Allegany player the opportunity to step in and make the play, stealing the ball. But
Matt Cohen receives it. He crosses it over to Riley Uphold. Riley Uphold settling the ball down, looking to see what he can do. He passes back to Quinn Cohen. Quentin trying to put it over the campers into the box, but the campers get a hit on it.
That chip play is really difficult to make, and that's actually a shot attempt.
Yeah.
But that's not actually a save because the ball was not on frame. For it to be a save, it actually has to have a risk of going in the goal, and that one clearly would have been wide of goal.
And Riley Upwell has the ball for the Sentinels. He's passing it back to get the Sentinels to reset and chip it up. And Landon Watkins gets a head on it to Darian Bauer. Have to give Allegany the ball to work it back up. Trenton Ross. Gavin King has it. They're passing it back and forth. Oh, it was a bit too much of a touch on that, and it goes out of bounds for a Fort Hill throw-in.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of nerves, or we have played at such a fast pace. Things like that's going to happen. But we have a substitute now in for the Sentinels, and we will restart with play at the 50-yard line.
So here we go. We're going to have the Sentinels throw the ball down the line. It's kind of going to the middle, and John Whitman clears it out for the Campers. Christian.
He tried to clear it, but Christian didn't let him.
Yeah.
There's Haberline on the ball down the left side. Haberline sets himself up for a shot. He gets the shot off, but it is off the mark. So we have a goal kick coming up now for the Sentinels. That's another thing about players like Upwell and Haberline and a couple others here on the field. They're not afraid to take that shot from the 15-yard line with the sharp angle, because they can curve the ball in. And anytime you got a player that's willing to do that, the keeper can never rest back there. He's always got to be on his toes, because you never know when a player like that's going to take and let a shot fly.
Christian Groves tried to get a foot on that, but Riley Upwell takes over. He's working it up the line past Woogie Clem there. Getting it to the middle. Working it, swinging it over to Matt Cohen, and Aiden Boyle steps in to intercept it. Working it down the line for the Campers to Eli Wallace. Paul Haberline. Back to Eli Wallace.
Play on. Good call by the official.
Yep. And we're looking at the outside. Aiden Boyle is fighting to get the ball. Eli Wallace comes back to it, and Gavin King steps in. Passes up to Woogie Clem. Woogie Clem is out to land it. Oh, and Riley Upwell intercepts it. He's working it down the sideline. He's going to look to cross that ball in. And drops it back. And headed out. Matt Cohen's going to try and get it, and Eli Wallace steps in to receive it. Darian Bauer for the Campers gets it, and it goes back to the Sentinels. I mean, this is just back and forth.
Absolutely. Well, there's a nice little slide pass forward, but the Camper defender, Lecklider, is right there.
Looks like John Whitman's trying to, reset the ball. He's going to send it up. Sends it up the line to Eli Wallace and Paul Haberline and Darian Bauer.
We have a lot of action here in this last minute. We're actually under a minute now remaining in the half.
Okay.
And both teams, they're still going at a frenetic pace. There's no slowing down. And there's Haberline and Stepp again fighting for the ball. Stepp wins this one.
And it's back up the line with the Allegany and Paul Haberline said there was a push from the back. We got a foul on the Sentinels.
Right. So this ball is going to be around the 45-yard line now. So we're probably going to see this play over a chip-type play, trying to get it over the defenders and in front of the keeper for a Camper to run on and kick.
And a head out by a kick in from Drake Lecklider. And we got 10 seconds on the clock. We got a throw in.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the end.
That's going to be the end of the half.
Yeah, he's taking way too long to get the ball in. So there we go. That's going to be the end of the half now, ladies and gentlemen. Fort Hill in the lead 2-1, but what a fast-paced game this has been. Don't go anywhere, because this second half is going to be something to see. These guys are going to go all out for another 40 minutes, and we could see nothing go in the goal, or we could see 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah.
Each of these teams have had some really good opportunities one-on-one, and breaking back and forth. It's been an incredible pace to this point, but we'll send you off here for a few minutes. We'll take a break, and we'll see you back here in about 10 minutes for the second half.
Absolutely. And, hey, before we sign off here, before the second half, just want to give a shout-out to all those people that are watching us online right now. I hope you're enjoying the game as much as we are right here in the box.
All right, here we are. We're back ready for second half action. Fort Hill with a 2-1 lead over the Campers at homecoming. Haberline was able to come back in from his injury there at the end of the first half, and he's out on the field now. I don't know, man. Are we going to see the same pace in this half, do you think?
It'll be incredible. But, these two teams, it's like they get that adrenaline rush, and it's just a different game when they play each other. So, yeah, I fully expect them to come out of the box fast.
Connor Hipp tried to get the ball to the sideline to Cohen, but too much on a quick restart by the Campers.
All right, and Christian sends it back. John Whitman has it. He's looking to switch fields. Aiden Boyle with the ball, sends it to the middle, and intercepted by Matt Cohen. Matt Cohen looking to the outside to send it down the line. Whoa.
Yeah, we got the foul call.
We got a
against
foul,
the Sentinels.
yeah.
So, what happened was he tried to take a hop step there, and he came down and kind of got him in a headlock.
Yeah.
So, but
Maybe.
anyway.
We'll consider he was trying to stop himself from falling right there. And then Drake Lecklider to kick it in the box for the Campers.
Yeah, the kick here comes in. Again, they're trying to get that chip over the defense. They're just not getting it there. I'm not sure why they keep trying to do that. Number 17 came down on the ankle there. I think he twisted his ankle when he came down on the ground there. So we have another stoppage in play by the officials. The trainer on his way out now.
Yeah, Aiden Boyle, that's number 17. He is down. He is beating the ground. He is in some pain.
Yeah, he definitely rolled his ankle when he came down because he was and the ref knew too because that was almost immediate that he stopped the play. But getting back to the game here, we've seen some outstanding play from both squads so far in this matchup. I mean, the keepers, I think the Camper keeper might have 5-6 saves from the first half, and I know that the Fort Hill keeper had at least 3. So, I mean, the keepers are doing a good job, although they haven't come out of the box as much as I thought they might.
They've made a few big plays on like the corner kicks where they've punched it out and. But yeah, they have a level of confidence that is just really telling of how good they are and how they understand their position and how to play it and how to address any kind of ball that's coming at them. And I think the one thing that the Allegany side worked on is just probably talked about at halftime is the communication back there, so they don't get any defenders that are trying to head the ball whenever Josh is coming out to try and grab it.
Yeah, that's for a keeper, that's really frustrating. And I don't know if the player's not hearing him call for the ball or if maybe he's not being vocal enough when he's coming out saying that he's taking the ball. But yeah, they'll take care of that. Now we see the Allegany player is not putting any weight, and he is keeping that leg off the ground.
Yeah, so he's going to be with the trainer there on the side. They'll be taking a look at that to see if he might be able to return. Yeah.
Did you by chance see the number? Because I'm not sure who that is.
That's Aiden Boyle.
That's Aiden Boyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a big loss because he's a pretty aggressive player and does a lot there for them in the midfield and up front.
Absolutely. He's key on D. He's key in the mid. He's very good at working the ball around. To Stone McFarland's going to come in to take Aiden Boyle's spot here on the field, and it's going to be a Sentinel throw.
So there's the throw. They're getting a little chippy here because that's 2 plays here. I've seen an elbow come up.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what the ref's going to do about that. I mean, he's letting them play, which he should. Once
he sees it getting to the point, yeah, he'll throw a card. He'll set an example to keep it all under control, and that'll be good. So the Sentinels are going to look to throw it to kick it up the field here.
Yeah, Gavin stepped with the restart. Trying to play it to a good spot in the middle, but Allegany's defender is able to close on it and take the ball away.
Yeah, Christian Groves going up the line here, carrying it himself, and Fort Hill steps in and kicks it out of bounds, which, again, is a great play because it allows Fort Hill to get back and reset.
Exactly. So we have a throw-in coming. I'm not sure who that is.
That's Landon Watkins that's throwing it in. He threw it to Woogie Clem, got the ball back. Woogie's and it was intercepted. There, now Fort Hill's going to look to try and take the ball up the field. Stone McFarland steps in, pass to the inside of Woogie Clem, and he's got 3-4 Sentinels on him.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in that 10-yard area in the midfield right now for both squads. I only saw one player beyond the 35 for each team.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you look at the way they're set up right now from an aerial view, I mean, everybody's clumped together kind of in the middle. All right, we're going to throw it back. John Whitman. John's going to look to send it up to the line. He's going to get it to Darian Bauer.
So Fort Hill tips it out.
Yeah.
They're
Being really aggressive to try and get that ball.
Yeah, they were pointing, trying to get a call from the ref so they could have the ball, but clearly it was off the Fort Hill players. A lot of pressure here on Lawson, and the ball did not go out of bounds.
That was amazing. I thought it was going to go out.
Yeah, number 22, he thought it was out as well as he was looking for the ball for a throw-in.
Okay, Fort Hill kicks it out again for another Allegany throw. It's Stone McFarland throwing it into Darian Bauer. Darian looking around to see what his options are. John Whitman steps up.
Yeah,
there's a call.
Yep, call goes against the Sentinels.
Yeah. There's a quick kick by Drake Lecklider into the box there, and it's coming out. Gavin King is battling for it there in the center. Drake Lecklider coming through, and Aiden Paulman is on the ball trying to get it.
Yeah, the players for Fort Hill right now, they're going to need to calm themselves. They're looking for calls. They're being aggressive, but they're just taking it a little too much. A couple of the Allegany players have done the same thing, but again, this is an emotional game. It's homecoming, and both of these teams want this win.
They want it bad. They want it bad, and we're going to see that here in the second half, especially from Allegany being down by 1 goal here.
Yeah, we have a foul call on the far side. Looks like it's going to be against Fort Hill with a probably direct kick.
That's at what? That's at like the 15?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a real good angle, but Haberline could get a shot from here.
Yeah.
He's quite capable. Like I said, he's able to bend the ball. So, Tichenor, he's on his mark. And we have the nice wall set up by the Fort Hill defense in the front.
Allegany's got 4 people crash in the box. Tichenor gets it, makes the save.
Yeah, Haberline took the shot. He was trying to curl the ball into the front lower corner. He did get it over the wall, which, in itself is not easy to do.
No.
So, that was a really nice attempt by Haberline.
That's really good. Now you're going to see there Allegany's. There was a call. I missed it.
The ref was trying to let play go on. He was looking for the advantage.
Okay.
The advantage didn't materialize, so he made the call and will come back with the foul. So the Sentinels again.
Yeah, they serve it up into the box, and Joshua Locken comes out to make the save.
Yeah, he's not going to sit back on that one like he did in the first half, in
No.
the first goal. He knows he's going to come out and be aggressive. And I don't think that Allegany or Fort Hill is going to have much success with that type of a play here in the second half. They're going to have to work the ball a little harder to get it inside.
Absolutely.
Oh, and a giveaway.
Oh, man, that was, bad touch there.
And Connor Hipp did not screen the man off the ball and gave it right back.
Okay, you got Gavin King. The ball's up in the air, and Darian Bauer is going to try and get it. He goes up against Fort Hill. No call there. That's clean. Matt Cohen working it down to the Sentinels on the outside line.
Tip again with the ball, plays it back to Lawson. They're trying to work the ball in a little better here instead of just trying to kick it in. And he wanted to take a shot there, but that's not a good angle for him to take a shot. I mean, yeah, he's in front of the goal, but his body is facing, over towards the sideline on the other side of the field here. He probably should have passed that one to the outside. He had a man out there that he could have gotten the ball to.
Looks like Woody Clem. Oh, Woogie Clem just got sub back in. Gets the ball on the outside. He's looking on the field, sends it on up the line. He's trying to send it long for Paul, but I think Tichenor's going to come out and receive this one.
Yeah, that's an easy play for Tichenor.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard for Haberline to outrun if he doesn't have the, if he's not even with the defender to begin with.
Yeah, to be able to out-sprint him to the ball.
Because Gavin Stepp has those long legs, and he just chews up the yardage.
All right, Stone McFarland with the ball. Stone moving it up, moving it to the outside of Darian Bauer, who's open there on the line. A little bit of pushing going on there. Darian carrying it up, taking the open space. Let's see what he does with it. Tries to send it in. Stone McFarland back to Darian Bauer. Darian's taking his time, lining it up, shipping it up and in, and Tichenor comes out with it. Yeah, the keepers are stepping out.
That was actually a good look by Bauer, though. He had a man on the backside. He
Yeah.
just played it a little too far in. Tichenor was able to get there.
And Riley Uppo come down the side. Drake Lecklider trying to slow him up there.
And Hips on the ball on the outside now. He crosses it in. No, he was actually taking a shot.
Taking a
That
shot.
is not a good angle.
No.
That's actually a bad play to try and take a shot from there.
Okay, so you got Landon walking. He's passing over to Woogie Clem, and Woogie's looking back to Landon on the outside, and they're doing a little give and go there on the outside of it. And he's probably going to, drop it back to Gavin King. Gavin's going to step up, be challenged by the Sentinels, and they're going to reset, drop it back to reset. Christian Groves comes back to receive. Yeah, man, that ball was just hanging at the midfield, and we got a foul on the Sentinels here, and Allegany's going to get set up. Drake Lecklider's going to take that kick, and Allegany's going to try and get bodies up there in the box.
Yeah, that's another case of the ref, taking charge, saying, okay, we're going to calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, and it's understandable with the game, like with these two teams. Again, both of them, you always want to win, but this is.
This is a special game.
Yeah.
It's homecoming. Let's be honest. It's homecoming. So, the Campers doing a good job here. They had the ball in the attacking third. A couple of passes, dropped it back to the midfield where they had an opportunity to work it in without so much pressure. They did a good job initially, and then a bad touch gave the ball away. Sentinel player there went down trying to get a call, and now he's going to stay down.
It goes back into Sentinel territory. Sentinels are possessing it right now. They're going to try and send it way up the line for that long ball, and that's that's offensively that's a good strategy that you can control it, and then you just send it long to try and beat the defense that's there to get a fast break on the goal, try and catch the defense off guard. Sentinels have it back again. They're at the half. They're working it down the line. Drake Lecklider intercepts. And he's out. Well, tries to get it out to Landon Walken, but Fort Hill stops him. Wow. I can't believe that ball's still in.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, both of these teams are so good on the ball. They have multiple players that can play on the ball. You got a couple of special players on the field, one for each team. But, they do a really, really good job of shielding for the most part. Now, the ball was touched over the side there.
Sideline there, yeah. Allegany gets to set their guys up, and it's going to be a Fort Hill throw-in.
Right. And this is Logan Muller. He's capable of putting the ball to the back of the post, to the back of the goal, rather, to the back post. You're probably going to see a couple of guys running forward here, trying to get ahead on it.
Yeah, wow, that's a heck of a throw-in.
Yeah. And then
Josh Willock comes out, he makes the save, grabs it up, and everybody's moving out of the box, heading down the field, and wow, what a punt.
That's about 65 yards.
Wow. that's a
switch the fields really quick.
There we go, and it's going to be Allegany throw, and Allegany's going to have to get their guys back in the box. They do a quick throw. Looking at it back, John Watkins has the ball. He's looking up. He hits Woogie Clem. Woogie's looking out to Landon. Landon's chipping it up to Paul Haberline. Paul hits it. Oh, and Christian just misses it, and the Sentinels clear it out to back into Allegany territory. And it goes all the way back to Josh Walken, who passes it out to Stone to reset the play. Stone working it up the line, running through. And it looks like it's going to be a Fort Hill throw-in. They kick it off of Stone.
So that's going to be Seth Whitaker handing the ball off to Muller now. The Sentinels, they look like they're trying to slow the pace a little bit. Allegany doesn't want them to. We'll have to see who wins out on that one here.
Yeah, it'll be a true test. Now they've going down the line with it at the wings. Stone McFarland, that's all ball on that slide. And it's off of Allegany, and it's going to be a Sentinel corner kick. So let's see how many bodies they send down there to try and pop it in.
The one you really have to watch out for if you're Allegany is number 11. That's Gavin Stepp. He's got such good height, and he's very good at elevating above everybody else to get the ball. But as we saw in the last game, Allegany did a really good job against him.
Yeah, they were able to prevent him from. Okay.
Yeah, that was a call against the Sentinels. Yep.
Yeah. So Allegany will be kicking the ball out here, and as the team moves back up the field to reset.
Yeah, I'm looking at the sidelines, and the fans. They're enjoying the game, but not a lot of emotion out of them. I think they're cold. We're sitting in
the box. Yeah, it's nice in the box here. It's nice and warm. And we got another foul called on the Sentinels, so Drake Lecklider will be setting up the kick.
Foul called against the Sentinels. Kick to be taken.
Yeah,
by
these
number
fouls
4,
that we've been seeing here on these direct kicks, they're just hustle plays.
Yeah.
You get there a half a step late, and you get the call because you get a little shove or whatnot.
Oh, head into the box and Tichenor.
Yeah, Haberline was there. If he could have, Haberline could have gotten that. He might have been able to head it over for a goal, but Tichenor just came out so quick he didn't have the opportunity.
All right, Landon kicks it up, and Christian Groves is going after the ball. Whoa, and the Sentinels clear it way out. John Whitman trying to get it out for the Campers. Oh, boy, we got a fast break.
They've got a one-on-one. There's Mallory.
That's a goal.
Scores. Oh, my. What a nice play to get the ball up by Whitaker and splits the defenders with the pass. Mallory runs onto it, takes one touch, takes a shot to the upper right corner, and the Sentinels now lead 3-1. This is a 2-goal lead in a game like this.
Oh, this is
tough
big
to come back from.
This is good. I mean, there's we got 26 minutes left on the clock, but yeah, that's a tough deficit to come back from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see a lot of soccer games that are 1-0, scoreless, 2-1. I mean, that's a typical game. Now, high school, you see a lot of the blowouts. You see the 6, 7, 8, nothing games. But with two teams that are as evenly matched as these two teams, a 2-goal lead is tough.
Very tough. But like I say, there's 26 minutes on the clock. There's a lot of time. It's soccer. I mean, you get a fast break, and it's going to change. I mean, just like the Sentinels had just there. I mean, it changes everything.
It surely does.
And it's definitely a sport where it's not over until the buzzer sounds at the end.
Yeah, Haberline had probably a good 15 yards of space there. They were trying to get the ball into him, just not able to play it quite where it needed to be. And, we end up with the ball back at the other end. Now, Allegany bringing the ball back up the sideline again into the midfield, passing it forward. Looks like they're going to have an opportunity here to get the ball to Haberline.
Yeah, they're going to look over to Darian Bowers, open, but he's got Trevor Stepp coming on him really quick. And if he looks to the outside, and then you got Stone McFarland. He's moved up. And he's got one guy in front of him that's going to do a give and go and try and get it down there to Eli. But the Sentinels saw that coming. They cleared it out. Eli Wallace has the ball. He's on the 20. He's looking to the outside of Haberline. Haberline has it off of Fort Hill, and Trevor Steps recovers for the Sentinels, and he sends it on up the line.
The one thing that the Campers need to be careful of now, they want to get the ball and they want to be aggressive, but they don't want to overplay it and get caught on a breakaway, because that could be disastrous.
Okay, it's crossed to the center. Riley Uppole has it, and he's at the top of the box. Landon defending him. Gavin King defending him. Okay, and it's kicked. Oh, my gosh. Off the post. Get the Allegany.
Now, see, number 5 there, Weston Parks had no chance at a shot there. His back was to the goal, and he tried to force it anyway. He had Trevor Stepp to the outside, and he had Logan Muller behind him about 5 or 6 yards. If he makes one of those passes, at Fort Hill is probably going to find another shot on goal.
Yeah.
It's just the emotion of this particular game.
Absolutely. And, I mean, there were so many people in that box. It was just a kerfuffle, if you will.
Yeah, really.
There.
They're going to play on,
That was clean.
That was good play, and the shot goes into the keeper, and no trouble for Vlodkin. He cleans it up and gets the reset.
Yeah, and the reset's key here. I mean, I think both teams have to the Campers in particular being down by 2 have to relax and get back to playing their game and calm this game down. But look, we're the Sentinels are pushing ahead here. They're on the attack.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that last game, I know that the Sentinels had a couple shots off the post, and I think the Campers had one off of the top of the goal post as well. So these guys are pretty good at placing the ball where it needs to be. You give that ball off that post an inch to the right or maybe even a half an inch, and that might be in the back of the goal. And you can see the same thing on the other side here if Allegany gets the opportunities.
Yeah. Looks like Trenton Ross came in during that throw.
Well, see, that's exactly what you want the defense to do. You want them to shield the ball with their body, and instead of giving up the corner, they clear it to the outside, and it's a throw-in. A throw-in is much better for the defense than a corner kick.
Absolutely.
Even though Mullery can throw the ball into the mouth of the goal, it's still better for the campers to have them throwing than kicking.
And this is something that, both teams are practicing. They're practicing the set plays for when they have it, when they're down there in the box, and how to react to it. All right, Haberline has the ball on the side. He resets with Landon. Landon over to the middle to Woogie Clem. Woogie Clem out to Stone McFarland. Stone McFarland's looking at the field, see what to do with it. Gets it up there Paul Haberline. Paul Haberline's looking. He chips it up in the box. Intercepted, man. That's a step.
That was actually a really good look. Just not quite enough on it to get it there. But that was a really good play by Haberline because he saw the man on the far side that had an opportunity.
Yeah, to find that open. Okay, it's going to be an Allegany throw. Landon Watkins taking throw. Goes into Woogie Clem. Woogie Clem working through Sentinels, and Riley Uphold intercepts, and he's headed down the field with it right now. Chips it up to the wing. He turns on the speed here to try and get it past Drake Lecklider.
That's Seth Whitaker there on the ball, and if he takes his time, he's got two players that he can play the ball to.
Yeah, he's
trying to do it all himself, and
yeah.
Now they do maintain possession, but where they could have had a shot on goal, and that's hard at this level. I mean, these guys, they get the ball in there, and they're all thinking, "I'm this far from the goal. I want to take that shot."
Right.
So the shot does eventually come from the 25-yard line for the Sentinels, but it's well off the mark. So we have a goal kick now for the campers. And we're closing in on the 21st minute now.
It looks like Josh Rollock, he's going to take the kick. It's up in the air. It's going up. Who's going to win it? It's still up in the air at the half. Man, we got bodies everywhere. And Christian Groves goes down. It's a play on. Chip it up, and Josh is going to come out and make the easy save there.
Yep, and that's another one of those heavy touches.
Yep.
That probably a lot of adrenaline and emotion, because that's a play that a lot of these guys most of the time will make the good pass.
Darian Bauer recovers the ball. He's going outside with it. He gets around Fort Hill, who's trying to shield it and let it roll out. Stone McFarland, Trenton Ross on it. Drake Lecklider, Gavin King. Over to the other side of the field to Landon Watkins. Landon is hanging on to the ball. He's looking to see who's open up the field, and it's going to go out for a Sentinel throw-in.
Yeah, the campers did a good job of just taking the easy pass, working the ball across the field there. Unfortunately, the pass that he was trying to make forward kind of got away from him a little bit because the player was there and he had some space. So, if the campers keep doing what they're doing, they're going to have some opportunities to get this back to a 3-2 or a 3-3 game.
Yeah, just, it's that clock keeps on running.
Yeah, that's definitely the enemy right now. Definitely the enemy for the campers.
So the Sentinels with the throw-in.
And you see there, the Sentinels are in no hurry to get the ball in. They'll milk the clock at every chance they get now. They're still going to play fast, but when they have opportunities with throw-ins and kicks, they're going to take some time.
And you might even see them start to drop back and play a more defensive game. But it looks like they only have 3 people back right now.
Right. They're playing the sweeper is what they're doing. They have the 3 defenders back, and Gavin Stepp's playing a sweeper role, and he'll roam from sideline to sideline.
And I tell you what, let's see, balls. Will the Sentinels keep it in? Drake Lecklider outside. Woogie Clem. Woogie turns. Trying to work it up that line. Landon Watkins. Back to Woogie Clem. Drake Lecklider sending it to the center. And it's at the 50, and the Sentinels recover it, but they're... Man, it's back and forth and back and forth.
It has been the whole game. You see that the campers were trying to take a little time to get good possession, and you know, they did a good job until that forward pass. That forward pass has gotten away from them the last couple of times.
It has. Trenton Ross is out there trying to work on the
That's over the line.
Sentinels, and it's going to be a camper throw. They do it quick. Stone McFarland receives. He gets it to Woogie Clem. Woogie Clem's immediately has a ban on. Matt Cohen gets it, sends it outside. Riley Uphold with the Sentinels. And Riley's working down the line. He's going to try and get a shot off here.
Here it is, the pass in the
Boom.
middle.
Oh, yeah, right at the keeper.
Yep. Weston Parks just not able to get a good touch on the ball. You know, he had the opportunity. That was beautifully set up by Riley Uphold, but when you put it right at the keeper, your chances are not good.
No, not at all. And, you know, Josh, both of these keepers, you're going to have to get them off to one of the corners. If you hit it directly or even close to them, it's not going to get by them.
Right. And you know, Weston Parks, as a sophomore, has done a great job this year. He does get himself in good positions. He is able to finish. You know, and like that touch right there, that'll develop over the next year or so, and he'll be able to put that at a better spot on goal.
Absolutely. Drake Lecklider. The campers are looking at how they're going to get the ball up the field here. They're working it around in the back. And the Sentinels step into that to break up their passing. Gets past Drake Lecklider. Trenton Ross. Drake recovers. And
Connor Hips looks like he may have twisted his ankle a little
he's
bit.
down. Campers are working the ball up the line here. They chip it up. And Fort Hill clears it out. Now
Hips back up now. He's
That's
back on
good.
the field, yeah.
That's good. You never want to see anybody get hurt.
No. So Trevor Stepp on the ball, tries to play it in. He did find some open space, but no Sentinel player was able to run onto it. It's cleared by the campers.
And we're going to go over to the outside. Christian Grove recovers it. He sends it down the line to Paul Haberline. Paul Haberline's going to try and get it through.
That was a
Gets
nice
it to
job.
Christian. Oh, they're going to be set up for Eli Wallace. Gets it. He's in the box. Can he turn it? Fort Hill defends it well.
That's a nice
it
play
out.
by number 9 there. He's
Yeah.
making the run. That's Jacob Morgan. He, from all the way back at the 10-yard line, he carries it all the way out to the 40 on the opposite side of the field before he gives up possession.
It looks like Riley Uphold has the ball for the Sentinels now. He's going to drop it back. They're going to reset. And they're going to try and draw some of the campers up to try and work the ball down the line here. And
Right,
Riley's
They're very content to just, you know, make Allegany chase and,
Sure.
and make the easy pass and run that clock down, because that's definitely
it's their advantage right now. I mean,
Exactly.
you know, they're up by 2 goals. They know that Allegany has their work cut out for them. Darian Bauer has the ball now for the campers. He's looking to see what he can do with it. He gets it outside to Paul Haberline, who crosses it into the box. Christian Groves gets a foot on it. And Woogie Clem follows up, and it's over the goal.
Yeah, there's another one of those miscommunications, because Tichenor was coming out to get the ball, and Gavin Stepp headed it out
Yeah.
and gave up possession right there at the 18, and the campers were able to get a shot off. We saw that a little bit with the camper keeper earlier in the game, and now we see it happening over on the other side too.
Well, let's see. Here we go. We got the goal kick coming out. And who's going to get a hit on it? Camp.
There's a
Whoa.
foul call.
Foul. Yeah. Campers are hurrying up. They know they're under the gun. Here, down by 2 goals. Darian Bauer tries to recover it for the campers. Stone McFarland's on it. And the Sentinels have it. They're working it down the side again.
Yeah, the little 3-man game here.
Yeah. The triangle passing, the give and goes.
So now we have a throw-in for the Sentinels as the ball deflected off of the campers. Logan Muller is setting up to take the throw, and again, as we said, they're milking the clock for everything the ref will let them get with, and that's a smart play by them. You know,
Absolutely.
Allegany would be doing the same if it were in their favor.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Absolutely.
that's a good play. So after the ball is cleared out, that throw-in took the ball down to around the 20-yard line, so they played out by the campers there so they could reset their defense. And if you look back at the defense now, there's 7 guys, an 8th guy actually playing back into the 18. So they're defending, you know, 2 players per offensive player for the Sentinels. Now, the Sentinels did get ahead on the ball there on the throw-in, but
Yeah, it went out of bounds, so you got the Campers. Josh is going to set it up back there for a goal kick coming out.
we have a substitute on now.
Yeah, it looks like Stone McFarland's going to move up to the front line, and John Whitman's going to be back there in the sweeper position. And a very nice goal kick all the way out there, recovered by Fort Hill, and they've punted it back down there into Camper territory. And Landon Watkins gets it. He punts it back up, and Eli Wallace is looking to receive it, and the Sentinels get ahead on it. It's stuck here at the 50.
Yeah, the Sentinels were able to take control of the pace of the game after that third goal. Play has really slowed down from what it had been prior to that. And, a lot of that is because of that 2-goal advantage now. So, the Campers they're really going to have to press here because you're down to 12 minutes.
Yeah, they're feeling it right now, and they want it. Yeah, just
and that's
okay.
A clean play.
Clean.
I don't know what the Fort Hill player was raising his hand for. Yeah, he went down, but it was a clean play. And now you get the foul call here, and you'll have a kick for the
Campers.
Yeah.
On there, and it looks like Drake Lecklider's going to take that, and the Campers are going to look. Drake's going to try and get that up there.
Honestly, I think he would be better off if he played it over to Watkins on the far
side,
because Watkins, you can switch.
He's
the
wide
field.
open.
You
Yeah,
can
switch
the
fields.
field, and then you can have 2 guys running to the corner because there was nobody that was uncovered or even had 5 yards of space
right
on that kick.
Okay, Paul Haberline has the ball. He's back to John. John gets it back.
See, this is good here. Allegany working the ball around, trying to find that spot that they can get the ball up into space.
Create that open pocket where they can go and sprint up the line for.
And they had the pocket there. They just weren't able to make it work for them.
Right.
But that's what they're looking for. They're looking to find that kind of space where they can have somebody run onto the ball.
All right. Trenton Ross gets it to Paul Haberline. Paul Haberline, a little too soft a touch. John Watkins gets it. He's going to take his space with it.
Now look, if he gets it into the middle, he can pass it.
Oh, man, right there. Yep. Woogie Clem. Oh, Stone
That's
McFarland.
Right,
the keeper.
That's a very clean play. Nice play by the gentleman that took the shot, and a nice play by the keeper, Titchnell.
Yeah, Stone had a nice touch on that. And now Landon Watkins is looking to get it. Gavin King heads it back. That's Woogie Clem. He keeps it in. And it's going to be a Camper throw. Landon Watkins with the Camper throw. And he's going to wait till everybody gets set up. He's going to look to the middle. Gavin King has it. They're going to reset. Drake Lecklider. They're going to switch fields. Makes sense, but they better do it fast. Yeah. Trenton Ross.
They're working the ball well. They've worked the ball from one hash to the other. And we're able to move it up initially, but now they drop it back, trying to get another reset, trying to find those pockets, like we said. And it's going to be hard to do at this point because they know they've got to hurry.
Yeah. And you can see the Sentinels they've set in the back. They can see the game that the Campers are playing.
Yep. They're quite content to play at this right now, the Sentinels are.
The ball rolls all the way back to where Josh Walken can pick it up, and he rolls it out to John Whitman. John Whitman kicks it up there. Darian Bauer has it, and Darian's looking around for a play. Looks to the sideline. Trenton Ross receives. And Trenton Ross hits it back to Darian Bauer. It's a good give and go, but Darian's looking for something. John Whitman has it. It's back to Darian. Back to John Whitman. John Whitman can carry it in. Let's see if he can get it through the... Nope.
Gavin Stepp got a piece of that ball as he was trying to pass it forward. So it's going to be a throw-in for the Campers deep in the attacking third. They'll be throwing in around the 10-yard line.
Christian Grove, he's going to step in for the Campers. And Eli Wallace is going to be taking the throw. Let's see if he's going to try and put it in the box or if he's going to go back with it so they can set up a play here and try and have a shot on goal. Hits Darian, tries to hit Darian Bauer. Trenton Ross tries to recover it, and the Sentinels have it. Gavin King goes to stop it. Slows up the play. Trevor Stepp has it. Gets to Trenton Ross. Trenton Ross gets it back to Eli Wallace. And
call against the
yeah.
Sentinels. Yep.
So that's going to be at about the 35, 34-yard line there. So that's going to be something that Campers are going to get all their guys up there on the top of the 18. And I imagine Drake Leckliner is going to just try and put it up over top of the defenders and hope that the Campers can get a foot on it or head on it.
It is so hard to get that chip play in that area. But, he did a good job of getting the ball in there. The Campers did get a play on it before the Sentinels were able to clear it out a little bit. But then the Campers played it right back in.
Yeah, and they couldn't save that ball.
Unfortunately, couldn't quite get there yet.
Too heavy a touch.
So we're down at 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in this matchup in regulation. And the Sentinels have that 3-1 lead. And like I said, they're quite content to take as much time off the clock every opportunity they get.
Yeah, Drake we got a call on the Campers, it looks like.
Yeah, I totally missed that play.
Me too.
I was down at the scoreboard here. I was looking to see the time. Didn't actually see what happened, but it is going to be a direct kick for the Sentinels. And the Campers dropping back. They've got 7 people back in defense, 2 in the midfield, and then they've got 1 up top.
Play that
pass.
Nice short pass, and they're going to draw the Campers up. And it goes out of bounds on Sentinels, and Landon Watkins is going to throw it in. Stowe McFarland's coming in, and yeah, he's going to play. It looks like a sweep position. No.
All right, so now we have the restart on the throw-in.
Paul Haverline has the ball. He's looking to. Oh, yep, gets it to Eli Wallace. Eli Wallace at the top of 18. Looks like it slipped. Yeah.
It just slipped. Yep.
I mean, it rained earlier today, so I mean, this field is a little wet. Gavin King receives the ball. He's looking, passes to Darian Bauer. Darian Bauer to Paul Haverline. Paul Haverline out down the line to Eli Wallace. And
it is a goal kick.
Goal kick.
Okay,
it's kind of hard to see.
We have a card being given by the official from a player further up the line. The ref let it go for the advantage, but then he came back to make the call. So we have a yellow card going against Weston Parks. And I'm not exactly sure what Weston did, but the foul was given. He got the yellow card. And it will be a restart with the Sentinels with the goal kick.
All right, so let's see what we're going to.
All right, now the clock will stop during all of that exchange there, so the clock will stop when the ball is played. So we're at 5:51.
5:51, a score of 3-1 Sentinels. And
what a great
wow.
look. He saw that before he made the turn, and he played it into space. Now, if he can get the ball across.
Which he does. He gets it in there.
That's a nice play of the
Very
body.
nice.
So, the Sentinel player did a great job fighting through that shield to win possession.
Now, right now, Darian, oh, man, just a little too much. And I think, right now you're starting to see the guys get a little tired out there.
Yeah. We did have a very, very high-paced game going.
Yeah. I think Josh Willokin's going to come out and make that save, and he's probably going to have a big punt here. And
so that was about 70 yards.
Man, hell of a punt.
Yep.
And the Campers kick it out of bounds for a Sentinel throw-in.
We haven't seen a whole lot of blue sky today, but this clearly is the most blue sky we've seen all day.
Yeah.
It looks like the clouds are starting to dissipate a little bit. Even though the sun's not peeking out, we do see quite a bit of the blue sky, the nice scenery with the mountains in the backdrop there.
Man, it is beautiful sitting here from the up here in the box.
Yep. So back to the field, the Sentinels with the throw-in, and then just a bad touch there, and they give the ball away. A quick restart and a throw by the Campers.
Darian Bauer out to Eli Wallace. Eli Wallace trying to get through the Sentinels. Missed the touch there. And Gavin King has the ball. He's looking to work it back. They're going to reset. Drake Leckliner bringing the ball up a little bit. It's Paul Haberline. Paul Haberline going to look to the line, maybe.
You know, the Sentinels have done a really good job here since about the 25-minute mark of the second half. Haberline hasn't had a lot of touches on the ball. They've been playing solid on the ball so that they weren't able to make those passes. And you know, Haberline is the man you want to have the ball if you're the Campers.
Yeah. Landon Watkins just had well, I wouldn't even call that a shot. He kicked it out. What's going on now? Looks like Woogie Clem is.
Yeah,
I think he got a headshot.
Yeah, I think they stopped the clock for an injury and they're just walking him off. There was no foul or any call given in that regards. Just a clean play, and you know, guys going up to head the ball and you collide. And
Yeah, it
it's
happens.
part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks to be all right. I mean, got his bell rung a little bit.
Yeah.
He'll shake it off. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah. Let's see. We got John Whitman, who came back in. And we got the he's going to be all right. He's going to talk to the trainer. Trainer's going to make sure there's no concussion or anything like that. You just get a little shook up like that when you do a head-to-head.
Right. And, you know, it was a nice gesture there. You know, obviously the coaches of both squads know all of these players, travel ball and whatnot. It was nice to see Jim Hott taking the time to talk to him and see what was going on with him. He walked them all the way down to the trainer's table, actually.
That's great.
So, you know, you like to see that. I mean, it's all about the kids. It's, you know,
Absolutely.
That's why we're all here. These kids, they give their all for their community, for their, their schools. And they put in a lot of work to this, and soccer has come a long way here in Allegheny County. The level of play now is 100-fold better than it was even 15 years ago.
John Whitman bringing it up the line here for the Campers.
I'm not sure why he took the shot from way out.
Neither am I. He had Eli Wallace there in the box.
Well, there's another stoppage by the official. I'm not sure what's going on here. Might have been something said. No, I honestly don't know because I didn't see a card given.
I don't know. I didn't see it either.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he stopped the clock to bring a substitute in, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows what he's doing. He saw what happened. We didn't.
No, he's reffed a really good game. I mean, he's kept it under control. There hasn't been anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very fast, physical game.
Mm-hmm.
And both teams had a bit of a period there where it was a little chippy and whatnot, but the ref did a good job of keeping it under control, and we've really not seen anything of significance.
All right, John Whitman has the ball again. He sends it up and tried to hit Eli Wallace, but the Sentinels intercepted it. And Trenton Ross clears it out for the Campers. John has it again. He's sending it up to Paul Haberline, but Sentinel Salton stepped in and intercepted the pass. To the outside line to Stowe McFarland. Stowe McFarland trying to move it up. And it's going to be a Camper throw-in.
You know, these teams have played two really outstanding games, and there is a possibility that they could still meet again in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The ball goes out. It's going to be a goal kick for the Sentinels, and we're down to 1 minute and 37 seconds.
Yeah, and you're going to see the Sentinels take as much time as the ref will allow before they restart, and that's part of the game. You know, that's all teams do that. Some teams will do it by substituting every opportunity they get.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, the fans, get frustrated, but these teams that have the lead and they do that late in the games,
it's a good strategy.
They've earned the right to do that.
Yeah, and it's a tactic to hold on to that win.
Absolutely.
When you're up like that. Eli Wallace with the Campers, he's looking to try to make something happen, but it's intercepted by the Sentinels by Matt Cohen.
Yeah, we're under a minute now in this matchup. You know, barring something, you know, really foolish by the Sentinels or miraculous by the Campers, this is going to be a Sentinel win today.
Yeah, Drake Lecklider moving the ball up.
And even now, I mean, the Campers are still pressing. They're still looking for that opportunity. You know, you got to admire that.
Yeah, they're not going to give up with even though they're down 3-1 with 30 seconds left on the clock. They're not going to give up. And the Sentinels here, they're going to take their time with this kick. And Campers are going to try and get it cleared out. And Darian Bauer, we got 17 seconds on the clock. And we're really slowing down here. This is going to be, the Sentinels are going to pull this one off.
Yep, and you can hear
The fans are starting to get really loud.
Yep, and that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Time has just expired. The horn sounds, and your Fort Hill Sentinels end up winning homecoming here in 2019 by a score of 3-1 in a game that was really, really well played by both squads. We had a lot of action early in the game, a lot of furious pace. You had a goal within the first 6 minutes. A few minutes later, you have a tying goal by the Sentinels. It was back and forth the entire first half. We were sitting here laughing at the break because you would look. It's like a tennis match. That's what.
It was back and forth, back and forth.
So hats off to these two teams because that's hard to keep that pace up for as long as they did.
It is, and what a great game! What a great homecoming. To see these two teams go at it. And a nice, clean game, good plays, good passing. It was just all around a spectacular event.
Absolutely. We'd like to thank everybody who've tuned into these games. I mean, the Sentinels and the Campers split the games today. The girls winning 5-0 for the Campers, and then Sentinels winning here for the boys. And we still have a JV game that we're going to be watching here. The Allegany Campers against Berkeley Springs, I believe it is.
I think it's Clear Spring.
Clear Spring.
Yeah, Clear Spring.
Clear Spring. So, we have one more game to go. We've had a fun day, a great day of soccer so far. The sun is actually trying to come out.
Yeah, the weather's cooperating with us, which is good.
So, stick around. We got one more game for you guys to watch here today, and it has the makings of being another really good game. So, as we're sitting here watching the fans celebrate with the Sentinels, we also see the Campers. They're taking their jog over towards their fans.
Yeah.
Tip the hats to the fans for coming out and watching here today. And we want to thank Allegany Media for being here and giving us the opportunity to sit here and talk to you today to tell about this game. It's been a great experience for us.
Absolutely, me too. This is my first time doing this, so
we're all rookies at this one. Yeah. So we'll be back in about 14 minutes with the JV game, and you folks tune in, and we'll have another great match for you.
Okay.